we jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion.
Just a gorgeous fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of, sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Chicago Bears and the Dallas Cowboys. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. They start on the ground with Elliott. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
46.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. The Cowboys sitting at 5-2 on the year. And they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
A good gain on 1st has them set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him already. A terrific opening drive on the ground, and it's a first down. They go to Elliott again. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. When we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now Prescott into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's Fields. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Back to throw, Fields. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here. A safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Play action now. Prescott. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A well-executed 22-yard gain. But no matter your experience level as a quarterback, you throw an interception on that first drive, maybe a little shaken up. Nice response there to get their first down.
I think you make an excellent point. I don't care who you are. You throw an interception, it's going to get to you a little bit. But the ones that we've seen that are the best, you never notice it. They don't come to the bench, throw their helmets. They don't do any of that. They just go back out the next drive and act like it never happened. And that's what we're seeing here. As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
Everybody kill. Everybody 47.
Off the play fake, Prescott. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now Elliott, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
Kill.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Outright, he finds Tolbert. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
6 yards puts him right on the doorstep, but now it'll be 4th and goal. I'm looking down from our booths. You can tell this crowd wants him to go for it right now.
And believe me, he knows it, and he's weighing that through his head right now, actually trying to filter that out, because this needs to be a cold decision by him. Not influenced by the crowd, not influenced by outside factors. Does he believe in his team enough to go for it right here? I think he's going to reward the crowd and do it.
And if he doesn't get it, they have to go the full length of the field, and we'll see. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
And he's able to get this across the 10 before being taken down. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down. Now here's the option play going left. Fields hit and the ball is loose. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. After one, it's 9-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got two division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
He's able to find Melton. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and now 2 yards to go on third down. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2, Fields. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss. 4th down, so they send out Trenton Gill. Taken from just outside the 30. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it and let's go with it.
2 minutes gone by, second quarter. A first down carry by Elliott. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott now from the 50. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
Prescott now. Open man, Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 26. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover it for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Prescott now on second down. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
And now what the heck is this? A punt formation from the red zone? And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. On is Josh Lambo for the field goal try. A 33-yarder from the left hash. And Lambo will put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps. And the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Fielded right around the 8. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he will take this one back all the way inside the 35.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches tape to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Now a first down throw. Fields under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Micah Parsons racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Fields. And again back to Kmet. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Montgomery, they'll run for it. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the back.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
To try again after the sack. Fields. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Marquise Bell. And the Cowboys are going to get the football back at their own 17. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
He's got a man complete. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Prescott on play action. He's got his man. It's Gallup. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field. And just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
So 3 plays already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. To the air again, Prescott. Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb in the final seconds of the first half. And the Cowboys will extend their lead here just before halftime. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And that will make this a 19-point game. Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. A final shot before the break. Fields. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first half scores just like this one.
Meanwhile, Fields' throw complete here to Kmet. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. So we have come to halftime here in Dallas with the Cowboys out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Fields now to throw. They'll set up the screen to Montgomery. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. So they'll wind up losing 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call.
And it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Lambo to add on the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. On play action, Fields. And he will go down, a Cowboy sack. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just about on his own goal line. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And he will not make it. They stop him short of the first down. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
10th carry now for Elliott. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys just continue to roll. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. A win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Here's the option going left on second down. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
And on third down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. Now it's Fields. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, obviously searching for their first touchdown this game, partner. That quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that third down snap.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and they will take over 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're obviously right now in the driver's seat, comfortably ahead. They've scored on a couple straight possessions, Charles. And, I mean, for them, I guess it's just more of the same, right? Keep doing what you've been doing.
Yeah, it's not typical for us to see games out of reach in the third quarter. Right now, they're unstoppable in this one. And seeing how they just came out onto the field, it does appear like they're done scoring points in this one. They look awfully confident.
Again, it's Elliott. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play. On second down, Elliott. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a third down and 6 to go.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
A Cowboy first down there. Prescott to Gallup.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. With that run, double check my math. Yes, he has hit 8,000 career rushing yards.
And that's fantastic. That means he's now approaching the top 50 all-time rushers in NFL history. That means he just sped past Terrell Davis, who's in the Hall of Fame. And now he's just got to go ahead and be strong and run hard because he's chasing down Larry Zonka.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy and able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 122 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. A handoff left, Elliott. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott. He has career touchdown number 78, tying it with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Cowboys are closing in on a 6-2 start as they extend this 4th quarter advantage. Point after by Lambo, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw is Fields. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
The Bears on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. A 20th carry here for Elliott. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it. And the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points. You feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like... And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Jabril Cox in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. But my goodness, CD, I mean, this defense just continuing to dominate. They're really dominating on both sides of the ball, but for the defense, that's now 3 interceptions for them here in this ball game.
And what a great teaching tape for this defensive coordinator, right? When they go back and review this game, what does he always tell us that he preaches to his team? We're going to lead the league in effort.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Lambo on for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do that? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
This pass on target, Velus Jones with it. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. Well, this is getting ridiculous. 8 sacks now. That time multiple guys get to it.
Part of my vocabulary isn't that great, but to me, there's only one word that fits this front 7 today, and that's dominant. 4 and 5 sacks is already rare in one game. Getting to more than 6 in one contest while winning by this many points, an absolutely astounding effort by every player involved.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and Dallas, they'll take over in terrific field position. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. They'll pitch it out to Elliott. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 177 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
One man in the backfield, that's Elliott on 2nd and goal. And this one going to wrap up with Cam Newton going down to a knee. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.